Welcome to the She Is You podcast, where we take everything from personal development, self-love, claiming your radical confidence, and fully stepping in to your highest version self. All of the ins and outs that come with it, and how to confidently show up through it all, making the dream life that you pray for manifest into fruition. I'm your host, Kenzie Lewallen, Master Certified Life Coach, healer, and motivational speaker. Consider this your one-stop shop to chat with your besties about all of the things and get the tough love pick-me-up you need. Here is to living the life that you love and deserve. Now let's get started. Hello, Pod Fam, and welcome to another episode this week. I am so excited because today we are really going to dive into something that is heavy on my heart. This is something that has really changed my life. My life completely transformed by doing this, and I want to scream it from the mountaintops because it has changed how I feel, how I process things, my happiness, my peace, literally how I go about situations in life. And this is something that I did not want to do, that I didn't feel like I needed to do. And when I did it, it's like magic happened. Today we are going to be talking about nervous system regulation. So if you have ever heard of this word or this phrase, you're probably like, I don't know what it is. Maybe you've never heard it. Maybe you've heard it. I feel like a very jargony term right now, especially if you are on your self-development and healing journey. It is thrown around a lot. But what is it actually? Nervous system regulation is basically like our internal thermometer. So we have an internal thermometer that is either just right when we're chilling, everything's good, we're peaceful, we're happy, we're just like cruising, flowing. Then we have a too hot. Our too hot is anxious, feeling like so overwhelmed and anxiety and like, oh my gosh, which I feel like so much of us are in today's day and age. In today's world with social media, I hear a ton of people just really talk about anxiety, feelings of anxiety, all these things. So then you have too cold, which is like lonely, depressed, feeling sad, glum, under the weather. We would obviously like to be at just right. That is when we thrive. That is when we can handle things the best. It's like we're not too hot, we're not too cold. So our internal thermometer is just right. When your nervous system is regulated, you are just right. Your thermometer is chilling, we're good. And it sounds so easy, like, yeah, just have a just right thermometer. But to actually get to this point is some work. It's some deep internal work. It's like an onion. You're peeling back the layers of the onion that you were like, I didn't even know this shit existed. When you start doing it, it is definitely deep work. It's like you do one thing and then something else comes up and you're like, wow, I didn't even know that was there chilling or had any resemblance to this. So it is work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you, but it is the most rewarding work you could ever do in your life. Why? Because you are changing the way you go through life. You are completely changing how you feel, how you process things. Literally everything changes when you do the deep inner work healing. Not only just in yourself, but now all these generational patterns, generational traumas, things that have been passed down that were not even yours to carry, that have literally been, since Grandma Haggard back in the day, has just been passed down and passed down. It's like you are now breaking those patterns so that you don't pass them down to your children or your children's children, or even if you don't have children, it's like your family connected to you or the younger generation looking up to you. It's like when you heal, they say 7 generations after you. So the healing is definitely worth it. So we are going to just jump straight into it because I don't want to leave you hanging on the fence like, what do I do? How do I heal? Do I need to heal? All the things. So I have my notes right here because I want to give you the most accurate information. I want to be able to pour it into you and just really go deep with this. So we first need to understand the hidden nature of trauma. I love the little Mucinex booger commercial. I feel like I use this as my example so often, but think of trauma as the little booger Mucinex guy. It stores away inside you in your little layers of onions inside of you, and it's like it just tries to live there and tries to just attach to all these different areas of in our life, and we don't even realize that it's causing a problem until we're like snot nose, snot face, literally so down and out, can't get out of bed. Trauma is the same thing. It's like slowly starts to kind of mess your vibe up, get in the way. We don't want that. So Trauma isn't just about big, crazy life events that happen that were super dramatic. It can literally be so subtle, like something that's an ongoing stress in your life, or something from childhood that maybe didn't seem like it was a crazy traumatic situation, but it is a core memory. Cue Inside Out, little ding, memory. These things from age 0 to 7, it's like we, not knowing because we were children, we're storing all of these little core memories that now as adults we navigate life, and basically it's like we're 7 years old trying to lead our adult life. So if your younger childhood self is not healed, it's going to cause a lot of problems in your life today. So your nervous system remembers everything, even if your conscious mind doesn't. Your nervous system is directly connected with your subconscious mind. What is your subconscious mind? It's basically on autopilot. So if you're driving, think of driving down the road. You are literally absorbing so many bits of pieces and knowledge constantly. So there may be a billboard, you hear that. There may be music in the background. Your kid may be saying they want french fries. You're thinking about the 50,000 things on your to-do list that you have to do. Your phone just rang, like someone's trying to honk at you, this turn, like so many things are going on where you don't even realize yet because they are playing in your subconscious mind. So think about that example alone. Your subconscious mind is so powerful. If your subconscious mind is not feeding you positive thoughts all day long and working in your favor, it is then working against you. And if it is working against you, it is drastically working against you because we're not consciously aware of it. It's basically like a little hidden Mucinex booger guy trying to like get to you. So we want to be healing our thoughts. We want our subconscious thoughts to be healing thoughts. We want them to be empowering and uplifting and fuel our life that we want to be living today. So the unexplained anxiety that you feel, or the chronic headaches, or the stress tension, or the relationship struggles, or wherever and however it is playing out in your life today may be connected to unresolved trauma that you've dealt with somewhere in your life, to all these subconscious patterns and beliefs that we have storing up. You are not broken. You are literally just carrying the weight of these experiences. You're carrying the weight of 20 generations ago that it's like you don't even know this person. Like, why are you still carrying that weight? And it's so crazy and so true. And I remember whenever I very first heard like generational trauma or generational patterns, I was like, no. Like, it's weird. It's weird. It doesn't apply to me. I don't have that. I'm good. Then we started doing some digging. We started doing some deep inner healing, and all these things were coming up, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where does this come from? Why is this coming up? How does this apply to my life now? And then it's like you start peeling back those layers and doing that deep inner healing and letting go of that. Because again, so much of it may have not even been yours to carry. So healing is possible. I promise you, no matter what you've been through, no matter what struggles, no matter how bad off you think you are, or literally anything at all, I promise you that you can heal. If you want to heal, you can. You have to want it more than the air you breathe. You have to want it for yourself more than I want it for you. I tell this to all of my clients that I work with. I cannot want it for you more than you want it for yourself. This is like an addict. An addict can't want, you can't want an addict to stop more than they want to, or it's not going to happen. The same thing with healing. So the nervous system is the key to healing everything. So what trauma does is it basically keeps just coming up, and it throws your nervous system off. So it's keeping you stuck in this survival mode, in this fight or flight. Think of caveman days. We used to have to go outside of our cave to find food. Like, there was no Trader Joe's. We had to go outside of our cave. When we went outside of our cave, we automatically went into like fight or flight mode. We're like, what's over there? What's over here? Oh, is that a mountain lion trying to attack me? Oh, there's food right there. Okay, what animals and things, and like crazy. It was crazy, and we were literally in fight or flight mode because we were defending ourselves. At that time it was necessary. Now, if you get a bad text message that a friend is canceling dinner and you really want to go, it's like, we don't want the same nervous system reflex of going into fight or flight to go off as if we're having to leave our cave to go find food. And this can happen so often. It's like driving our car. Your girl has some road rage. But I do not want my crazy hyper to the max nervous system fight or flight to go off the same way when I'm driving as when I had to leave my cave to go find food. Our nervous system doesn't know the difference. So if you are not every single day practicing, telling yourself, like, I am safe. I am safe exactly where I'm at. It is safe for me to slow down, to be in flow, to be aligned, to let go anything that is not serving me, to heal. Like all of these things that sound so easy, but truly make a difference, then you are just continuing to go in this fight or flight reflex. When you are doing this may be why you're feeling tired, why you're feeling constantly anxious. Like your body is just basically always on edge, always waiting for the shoe to drop. If you are living like this, it is miserable. I feel for you. I'm holding space for you. I'm sending you love and hug and strength, because I promise the amount of anxiety that I used to have, I felt like I was leaving my cave when I would go to the grocery store. I would have to go get groceries, and I just felt like literally sick to my stomach. I hated it. I did not want to at all. I felt like my fight or flight was just red alert inside of me. Like my nervous system was a wreck. I felt always anxious, and if I wasn't anxious, I was depressed and so sad, and I felt lonely, and just and my internal thermometer was, it was like frozen, 100 degrees, negative 50, 120. It was crazy. And doing this, like I felt it. My body was taking a toll. I felt so unhealthy. My bones were hurting. My body was hurting. Like I felt exhausted. I felt all of just this negative shit. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, how can I fix this? I didn't even know. I didn't even think it was possible, honestly, to fix it. And then I started getting in the world of inner work and inner healing. And I was like, okay, is there a chance that I'm not broken, that I can actually do this healing? And when I started doing the healing, it's like little by little, it's not going to happen overnight, but I started kind of dipping my toes in the water of like, does my nervous system really not always have to be like on edge? Can I take a deep breath? And I tried meditation. That's like the very, very first self-development thing that I tried, and I hated it. I hated it so much. I felt so uncomfortable. I felt like I could not sit still. To sit and like just be quiet and listen and be in my own thoughts and in my mind, like, I did not like it at all. And then I realized it's because my nervous system wasn't allowing me to just chill. It was so hyper amped up all the time that it could not just chill. So when I sat and tried to be focused on my energy and what I was feeling and do a little energy audit and calm my nervous system down from being just so ramped up 500 degrees and like bring it back down to a good temperature, I had so much pushback because my nervous system didn't know what to do. It had never done this before. It was literally like learning something all over again. It's basically like telling a baby right when they come out and they're born into the world, like, get up and walk. It's not going to happen. Their legs are like, what? I'm jelly. But a little by little, like their bodies are gaining strength. The same thing is with our nervous system. It is not going to happen overnight, but little by little, your nervous system is learning. It is learning how to regulate and how to calm and how to be at its perfect temperature. And you'll start feeling better in everything. You'll feel more rested. You'll feel happier. You'll feel more at peace. You'll feel confident. Like, think of the exact opposite of how you want to be feeling right now when your nervous system is like, ah! And that's how you're going to be feeling. You're going to be feeling so fucking good because it's going to probably be the first time in ever or for a very long time that you actually feel really good again. That your body is supporting you and feels really good again. So it is a holistic approach. Mind, body, soul. Everything's going to be connected and talking to each other again and working like it should be. And you are just going to feel like so divinely connected and guided and happy and just like, I love it. I'm super here for it. So when you do nervous system regulation, think about if you've ever seen Toy Story and when Buzz Lightyear like goes all haywire and they like change his settings and he's all crazy and like being like when he just came out of the box and he's like, all mad and mean. Then they press like the little button that does like a little reset button to make him go back to how he was supposed to be, like his normal, chill, happy self. Our nervous system, regulating it is basically like pressing the reset button on your mind and your body and your soul. You're resetting this little like Coke Mentos bottle to just chill out again. So when you do the nervous system regulation, you're pressing that reset button and allowing your brain and body to catch back up and start talking to each other to be still and to be where you are and to support you instead of constantly feeling just like you're losing your marbles and your brain is ready to melt out your ear. Something that I like to do for nervous system regulation, and again, whenever I very first heard this concept, I thought it was so weird. I was like, that's so cringy. Like, I'm not going to do it. That looks weird. It's weird. It's not going to work. And that is EFT tapping. If you have never heard of EFT tapping, it stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It is basically, think of our body. So if you know anything about pressure points, we have these meridian points, they're called, like basically super sensitive pressure points in our body. When you tap on these pressure points, so this is a meridian point, you have meridian points all through your body. We focus on a set of meridian points and you're tapping on it and you're basically stating these new affirmations. So you're letting go of the feeling or emotion that we do not want to be feeling and tapping in literally and physically into this new emotion and experience that we want instead. So the same way like meditation, but for me, I do like EFT tapping more because it's like two sensations in one. So it's very much mind, body, soul, but it's also physically. Doing the physical tapping is just, it's such a relief. I remember, I don't know where I heard it. Whenever I very first started, someone told me like when you have anxiety, tap right here. And it like basically tricks your mind to stop paying attention to your anxiety and to like just pay attention to this tap. And lo and behold, I did not know this at the time, this is a meridian point. So when we do an EFT tapping script, this is one of the meridian points that we tap on. Also, something that I want to compare it to, my grandpa used to tell me this all the time. If you've like ever got hurt or like you stubbed your toe or like fell and hurt your knee whenever you were a kid, and then you tell like your mom, dad, or nana, grandpa, whoever, you're like, oh my gosh, like, oh, I just fell, my knee hurts so bad, like, oh gosh, and we're all little and just so dramatic and like, oh my gosh, I can't even walk, my knee hurts so bad. And they're like, well, here, do you want me to pinch your arm? And you're like, what? No, like I told you my knee hurts. Why would I want that? And they're like, oh, to distract your brain so you forget about that and focus. And it's just like, I remember I would get like the sayings and phrases. I'm like, now I laugh because I'm a mom and I'm just like, that's funny if I say it. But I remember at the time thinking like, I'm annoyed. Like, no, I don't want you to pinch my arm. My knee hurts. But the same thing basically is EFT tapping. You are taking back power of your thoughts and you are instead tapping out the thoughts that we don't want to be feeling, the thoughts that we don't want to be cruising in there on autopilot in our subconscious mind. And instead, we're taking power and taking action and taking control over our thoughts and basically programming our nervous system to what we do want to be thinking and feeling instead. So it is super powerful. It is a very like gentle approach, but very powerful approach to release these emotional charges of traumatic memories. So I do EFT tapping for everything. The biggest thing that I would say I've been doing it for lately is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, because I feel like this is a thing, like if you're growing, if you're stepping into new places and faces and all these different areas of your life, imposter syndrome is going to come up. And I have been lately doing a series of like, from my highest version self. How would my highest version self go about this? Like, what would she say? What would she do? How would she act? And I do it in that. So you set the intentions before and you focus on what feeling that you want to be releasing and instead what feeling you want to be tapping in instead. What do you want to be feeling? So in the best way to describe it is like giving your nervous system a hug and just loving and holding and like giving it a cozy hug and saying like, you're safe now. It is okay to just be. It is, like I said, whenever I very first heard about this, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's so silly. And I went through my certification and got certified in EFT tapping, and I had to do it. It was part of the certification. Like, I didn't want to do the certification for that, but it was one of the things that I got certified in. And I remember thinking like, I don't want to do that, but I had to do it. And thank God, because it just It did, like, especially my anxiety, anxiety who. So very, very grateful for EFT tapping. If you have never experienced EFT tapping and you would like to do an EFT tapping with me, I would love to guide you in a live one-on-one tapping session. It would just be you and I. We would specifically get down to like the root cause that you are feeling, that you're going through, that what you're really wanting to tap out, and instead what you want to be embodying. What do you want to be feeling? If you click the link in the show note for my school community, whenever you join my school community, you do get a 7-day free trial. When you get in with the 7-day free trial, you automatically get a 45-minute call with me. In this 45-minute call, if you're wanting to try EFT tapping, we can specifically focus and do this on our call because, again, I'm here for you. I would love to help you and serve you and just be with you on your healing, self-development, empowerment, stepping into your highest version self journey. And I promise you, EFT tapping is going to be one of the quickest ways to get you there. Something else is when we do this together, I will write the script. That way you can have it on our call and then you can also do it on your own. Because just like anything, it's like consistency and practice getting it in every single day is when you're going to notice the most drastic transformation. But I promise you, you will notice a shift from the beginning of our call to the end of the call after we go through the EFT tapping. So love. Love, love, love. If again, the link for my school community is in the show notes. You click on that, join, and I will reach out to you to schedule your call. And people have done it for everything. Like EFT tapping is used for anxiety, trauma, depression, imposter syndrome, weight loss, fear of being seen, fear of being heard, fear of failure, like all of these different things that are things that we all experience and go through in life. EFT tapping is used for that. So love, love, love. Again, my personal testimonial and transformation with it has just been, thank you, God. Heaven sent. The thing for me that really does it, and I feel like so many people shy away from this, I was talking about this the other day with a friend, is integrating your faith. And I feel like when people hear faith or spirituality or religion or God, it's like so many people just like go into fight or flight mode. And this to me is one of the things that I know big G, big God put me here on this earth for, and that is to help people find their way back. If you have ever been to church, you've had a bad experience with the religion, like you went through it to where you're like, you know what, I'm done. If these people are for God, I don't want to be for God. I don't want that. They're terrible people. That just must be what like all of this is about. I don't want to be part of any religion. I'm just going to talk to the universe. I'm going to like all of this shit is because one bad experience. And it's crazy to me, and that is what the devil wants. The devil wants you to have a bad experience with anything to do with God, whether it was religion, a church, a person, so that you turn your back on him. And this is the most lonely journey you can ever do, because going through life without God is basically like no life at all. And I, for so long, felt like so nervous and scared to talk about this. And I was like, what if people think I'm weird? And like, what if people don't like me? Or I don't care. Because my testimony about what God did for me in my life, I promise you, will change your outlook and it will bring you closer to God. I don't care how you want to cut the cake. However you talk to God is exactly that. It is for you. It is for you and God. So you letting someone else tell you how it should be or how you should feel or how you should speak and do and be, it's like, no. That was a bad experience. It wasn't a bad experience with God. It was a bad experience with the people who surrounded yourself. And sometimes it is that. I had a very similar situation where it was like a church I didn't like the messages or how they were making me feel or whatever. But it's like, okay, then I prayed harder. And I was like, God, please, like I'm feeling very discouraged right now. I'm feeling mad. I'm feeling sad. I'm so upset right now. I need your guidance. I need you to show me the way and let me know it's you. I need signs. Please, I'm feeling very empty right now. And when you call out on God, that is what he wants you to do. He wants you to call out to him. Something I do, and I say this all the time, is like, I am so for God and like literally give my whole life to God. I also say fuck a lot. Yes, I do need to work on this because I don't need to be cussing anyway. I have a 3-year-old who repeats everything I say. But for so long I felt like, oh, I'm not holy enough to be religious. I'm not wooey enough to be witchy. Because she is you. That is all I needed. I needed to know that I am perfect the way I am. I can come to God. I can call on God. I can let God guide me and lead me. And that is exactly what he wants. Because you're not going to be perfect without God. You are perfect with God. When you let Jesus guide you in life and when you fully just give your life to God and you say, I'm living for you, God, show me how I can how I can please you in this life, that's when everything starts happening for the better. That's when life gets to be better. Because again, whether God's calling you to create a shoe company where you create shoes for people to feel really good and to feel strong in their bodies, and you're going to donate a pair of shoes to every person in the world that doesn't have shoes, and God's calling you on this journey, or if God's ministering to you and saying, hey, I think that you need to start a nonprofit organization to help people, or even like, hey, I think you need to leave this job because you're going to help people at this job. You're going to bring them happiness and strength and really just be a light to them in their lives. However it is, it's like, that is God. It doesn't need to be or feel crazy the way maybe you've been told before in life. But I promise you, if you just start talking to God, and there's no perfect way, if you say, hey, hello, like, sorry, it's been a while, I haven't talked to you in a while, but I would like to hear you. I would like to hear from you. I would love to feel you, God. Like, I'm not sure how I'm doing this. I might be doing this wrong, but please help me. Give me the words when I have none. Give me the strength when I need it. And that is when God is going to shine in your life the most. So prayer can help you release these burdens that you've stored for so long. It can help connect you with the higher power, with God, with Jesus, with literally God guiding you in every single step of your life. And when you get over the fact of like how the world is making you think you should be or act or look or feel to be for God, and you just say, hey, I am me. And I am coming to God, and I am giving my life to God and letting him guide me in every single step I take and every single thing I do. That is when God starts working through. And again, this doesn't mean that every single thing that you do or every single person is going to be for you. It can actually mean the exact opposite. Jesus' disciples were some of the worst people in the world. They were the most frowned upon. They did the worst things. They said, and that's who he wanted. So if you are feeling like you're at a time in your life where you feel so lost and lonely and like you're missing something and you're just like, what is it? What do I need? Start talking to God in any way. Again, pick up the phone and pretend like you're calling a friend. That's what he wants. That's what's going to fill your life unlike anything else. I promise you. When you start talking to God, come to me and let me know how it goes, how it feels, literally the transformation that is happening in your life, so I can use your beautiful story as a testimony. So God is your healer. All of these things are basically modalities on a silver platter that God is giving you to use through him, from him, because he is with you every single step of the way. When you heal, I literally invite God into every single thing I do. When I sit to meditate, when I sit to tap, when I sit to pray, I infuse all that together. I sit and literally call on God and ask him, please be with me right now. Give me the strength that I need. Let me just hear your clear message right now in my life and be with me. Guide me on exactly what I need to hear, how I can serve you, help others, and provide for my family. Please just give me the next steps that I need and let me hear from you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. And I let God guide me in every single thing I do. Surrender your pain to God and allow him to guide your healing. And I promise you, this is whenever your world, your life, the way you are living is going to change. So this is how I promise you are going to go from surviving to thriving. You are going to feel like a different person. You're going to look back and think, holy shit, this is my testimony. I'm ready to scream it from the mountains and scream it from the rooftops because I can't believe what happened whenever I really dove into my self-development journey and when I let God guide me. When I decided, it's time to pick up the pieces and heal and let God put me back together the way he wants me to be and really just start living a different life. Because you deserve it. You're worthy of it. Life is supposed to be beautiful and amazing, and your testimony that you have in this world, whatever it is that you're being called to do for the better, to help other people and change their lives and be a light to this world, is worth it. You have to believe in yourself before anybody else can believe in you. And I promise you, it was placed in your heart for a reason. So with that being said, go on with your amazing, beautiful, bad day and just really tap into it. Tap into that energy, call on God, ask for guidance, ask for next steps, and really just start where you are. There is no better place to start than where your feet are. If you would like guidance, if you would like a plan, if you would like strategy, accountability, all of the things, this is exactly what I do in my one-on-one coaching. I am here for you. I am with you. I am for you. I am celebrating you to walk on your journey with you, to guide you, to help you, and know that you are not in it alone. We're not meant to do life alone, and you don't have to. I would love to work with you. Please reach out to me with all of the information in the show notes. And again, I am here for you. I'm celebrating you so hard. Thank you for listening today. I would love to do a deeper dive into the chat. You could connect with me on Instagram at Kenzie Lewallen. That's going to be where you're going to get the quickest response. Or you could join my free community and I will send you a link to schedule our 45-minute call so we can start changing your life for the better forever. So sending you so much love. I hope you have a beautiful day and I can't wait to hear from you soon.